Hey, it's Tony. Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a special guest, my wife.
Hi, my name is Lisa.
So today we're going to do a Q&A on how it is to be a rideshare driver from a woman's perspective. So let's go ahead and get started with question number 1, which is, do you drive at night?
I do drive at night. When I first started driving, I did not want to drive at night. But then we did New Year's Eve, and it wasn't as crazy as I expected it to be. So, yeah, I do.
All right. Next question is going to be, how do you decide what rides that you do accept?
Well, day or night, I always keep my doors locked between rides. That way, when I pull up to a passenger, I can kind of determine if I'm going to let them into my car or not. Typically, the people I don't let into my car are unaccompanied minors and people with small children that don't have the right car seats. On occasion, I have driven off on very drunk passengers, but that's only happened a couple of times. And that's just because I got physical signals from that person that they were way too drunk to be getting into my car. And I think you actually have a video of one of those circumstances.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So next question is, do you feel safe?
this is the most common question that I get as a driver from my passengers, mostly from other females. And the answer is yes. Most of the time, I feel safe.
So, what kind of measures do you have in place to ensure your safety?
Well, we've done quite a bit to make sure that not only that I'm safe, but that you're safe as well. We do location sharing on our phone, so we always know where the other person is. We've both got dash cams in our cars that record inside the car and also outside the car. I personally carry pepper spray, which I've never had to use. And I mean, since I'm in a car, it'd probably be pretty stupid if I did use it, because I would be affected as well. But I am looking into buying a taser. I don't know. I've just been blessed that I haven't really had to use any of those things. But it's just those extra things that just kind of make me feel more secure. And then I guess just having an awareness of what's going on around me, like being aware of what my passengers are doing, where they're at in the vehicle, like, you know, keeping them talking, being polite to them, I think kind of mitigates any hostile environment. Does that make sense?
What about when you're driving up to a passenger and they have not gotten into your car yet? Do you do any sort of assessment to ensure your safety?
Well, I mean, we kind of talked about that when I was saying like what rides I accept, keeping my doors locked. And yeah, I do an assessment, but you can't really judge people just based on their appearance. Because I have had people get into my car that I was like, oh my gosh, this person's gonna mug me or they're gonna steal my car. And they proved that assumption totally wrong. So,
Right. So, we'll move on to the next question. Have you ever been hit on by a male passenger besides myself?
yes, I have. Hasn't happened very much, but a few times. Do you want me to go into detail?
How do you handle that?
Um, Typically I just say, thank you, I'm very flattered. I'm very happily married because we have been very happily married for 13 years. We've been together for 15, and yeah, I'm not really interested.
And they try to give her the business cards with their phone numbers, and I try to find those people and let.
No.
Just kidding, that doesn't happen.
No.
So, what do you like most about driving for Uber?
I think what I like most about it is just meeting new people. I'm a very social person, so getting to know people that I wouldn't normally, like, that aren't in my spheres of influence. It's cool to learn about them and, and just kind of connect and see how we're all alike.
So, what do you like least about being a rideshare driver?
I think the thing that I like the least is probably people who don't understand the terms of service. Unaccompanied minors, parents or grandparents that are trying to put their child in my car without the proper booster seat or car seat, or they have the car seat and they install it totally wrong. Like, I'm a mom of 4 kids, and
Like, the baby can ride on my lap.
yeah, no, that's not safe, and it drives me nuts that parents think that, like, it's a car. It's not. I mean, I get, like, public transportation, like buses and trains, don't require you to put, your child in a car seat or even in a seatbelt, but it's a car. You have to put your kid in the right restraints to keep them safe. Because while I'm a very good driver and you're a very good driver, we have no control over anybody else on the road. And that doesn't mean that we won't get into an accident. And I don't want to be liable for that. Because, I mean, not just, like, monetarily wise, like, morally, like, I would feel awful if their child was hurt while in my car.
Right.
So I think I like that the least.
People that just want to break the rules and have no regard for
their
safety.
For their children's safety. That's the biggest thing that gets to me, is it's about the children. Like, unaccompanied minors should not ever get into a car in an Uber or a Lyft. I mean, I know there are rideshare companies out there like Hop, Skip, Drive.
Right.
Like, use that for your children.
Even that is kind of, I wouldn't trust my kids going in there. Like, I've all seen, like, growing up, even teachers being taken to court and everything because they're doing stuff with minors they shouldn't be doing. And
right.
I mean, and that's with a teacher background check.
Right.
So weirdos are out there, and even though they pass a background check, they just haven't been caught yet.
Right. I mean, I'll agree with you on that. But I also understand that there are parents that are not like us, where we have the ability to take our children where they need to go. There are some parents that, because of their work schedule, it's impossible for them to juggle all of that. And having Uber has been extremely convenient for them. But the problem is that it's not safe, and it says so in the terms of service. All minors must be accompanied by an adult. It doesn't have to be mom and dad. It just has to be somebody 18 and over.
Right.
So.
All right, so the next question of the day, which I also get as well, is, can you make money doing this? Can you make a living doing this?
I think I hate that question a lot.
Oh, really? Can you actually make a living?
Oh, yes. People are okay with me saying that I do this full-time or part-time or whatever. But when I tell them that you also do this full-time, that's when I get that question. And they're like, can you make money doing this? Oh, you're able to make a living doing this? Yes, you can make money doing this. That's why people do it. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. It's just, it's very demeaning, the way that the tone of voice in which they ask that question.
Right. And I'm sure everybody that's watching this gets that as well. So, how much time do you have to put in to make decent money?
I think, I know you get this question a lot on your channel, and I think where people are coming from is they're wanting to know, like, what do I have to do? Like, how much time do I need to plan and to putting into this so that I can get the results that I want. And the thing with Uber and Lyft is that it is not like a typical 9 to 5 job. Like, you have to just have a really good work ethic and a commitment to keep working until you reach your goal. Because you just never know what the demand is going to be like. Like, I've had days where I've worked like 8 hours and I've made $300, and I've had days where I've worked 16 hours and I've made $300. So there's really not a definite answer for that, and I think that probably frustrates a lot of people because they want to be told.
Right. And ideally you could make X amount of dollars per hour all of the time, but that's just not reality, right?
No. I mean, even right now with COVID-19, like, the demand is down and we have absolutely no control over that.
Right. So the next question, when is the best time to drive?
This is, again, relates to that question of, like, people wanting to know, like, when I should be out driving. Like, when is the best time? This one I feel has a more definite answer.
Be out driving when people need rides.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, right?
Right.
Like, obviously, in the morning before people's regular jobs or school starts, not talking about high school or elementary, talking about college, those are the times to be driving in the morning. And then when people are starting to get out of work, like, just really depends on your city's flow. In Denver, it's around 2 or 3 o'clock, depending on the day and how nice it is outside. And then the weekends, they can be busy the whole time, and then they could be dead the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Really just depends on what kind of events and festivals and parties are going on, I think.
I mean, we're like, right now, there's nothing going on.
Right.
It's all been canceled.
Right.
So.
Can't do nothing now. All right. So.
But I mean, a lot of people are still going to work. So morning and evening commutes is probably the best time right now to be driving people.
Right. So last question, is there anything else that I haven't asked you that you would like to cover?
One thing that I do want to talk to is the male rideshare drivers. Something that has been relayed to me quite a bit from my female passengers is how they're treated by male drivers. Not across the board, because I know you would never do this, and I know there's lots of other gentlemen out there that would never do this, but these females want a ride. They want a safe ride. They don't want to be hit on. Even if they come off as friendly or flirtatious, most women just want to be taken from point A to point B without being hit on. It's very flattering when men want to give us compliments, and we can accept those, but it gets to a point where these female passengers are afraid to be dropped off at their home or their place of work, and they're afraid that these Uber drivers are going to have access to their phone numbers and things like that. Like, one girl told me that she had a Uber driver contact her about leaving an item in his car, and she didn't leave an item in his car, but he just was able to get her personal information that way and was, like, harassing her for several weeks, and she had to turn off that phone number and get a new phone number. And I would just ask the men out there to please just treat your female passengers like you would your sister or your mother, with respect. Don't invade their personal lives, just give them a ride and leave them alone,
Right. And that goes for the female drivers out there as well. Doesn't happen very much compared to the opposite, but it does happen. So just be aware of the setting. This is business. Keep business business. If you want to get somebody's phone number, go do that randomly sometime else with somebody that wasn't your passenger.
Right. That's a good point. I think just be professional. And I mean, there have been passengers that I have given a ride to where we've connected and I want to be their friend. And I always give them the option of contacting me. So I will give, if I want to stay in touch with them, I will say, hey, I really enjoyed our conversation. I'd like to stay in touch with you. If you'd like to do that, here's my number. Give me a call or text me.
Or here's my Facebook, which is probably more safe. Like something that's not your connection to your personal email or phone number, so people don't try to scam your account.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I've never had anybody tell me no, but I have had several people never contact me. So, but at least that way it's in their
right. And those are
control.
In situations where you have stuff in common. We got kids.
Right.
We live in the same general area. We want to get our kids together, etc. Or even like sometimes I pick up my neighbor. Like, hey,
right.
maybe we should get to know each other. We're neighbors.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So thank you for watching this video till the end. I know it's kind of a long one, and if you have not, please do subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, or if they're a little more personal, you don't want to leave it out there for the public, you could always email me at beardeddaddy23@gmail.com, and you can address any emails to my wife Lisa at that email as well. All right, thank you and have a great day.